Luke chapter 2, verse 40. And the child grew and was strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him. Let's go. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem. And Jesus and his mother knew not of it. Joseph and his mother knew not of it. Verse 3. Okay. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the daughters. Sitting in the what? The midst, among the daughters. Both doing what? Hearing them and asking them questions. That's our uncle, but let's go. And all that heard him were shocked. They were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Will ye know that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. Everyone coming online, good morning. God bless you all as I welcome everyone in church. Short word this morning. Whose midst are you? Whose midst are you? Where do you belong? If someone wants to locate you, where will they seek for you? Not on the practical ground. If I want to locate maybe Brameka or Pastor Sonny, I will look for a number from someone that is close to you. If I call your line is not working, I'll call your wife. If I call your wife, someone that is close to you to call you. You can't call a stranger to look for somebody. I just remember one sweetheart called me yesterday. She's online. So while I closed from church going, so somebody was calling me, the person's online, to just remember that picture. Now the person tried to reach me from far away from Jamie, couldn't locate me on emergency. Located somebody in Italy. That person located somebody in Italy. And the last person that was located said, if I don't see mommy online, I have daddy personal line. Could you get a picture? I just remember. And the person was able to locate me and say, Mommy, pick call now. And I said, why? I didn't see it. And I laughed. I said, you were so confident that if you can't reach me in all my phones, so you have to from my husband reach me. So we'll smile. Why? Because the person have many access to reach me. So there must be a way to locate me. That's it. Which midst are you? Who's among which group? I asked my son this morning when he came to take the topic. I said, tell me this word in Spanish. He said, ¿Qué grupo? How do you say, ¿Qué grupo estás? ¿Qué grupo? ¿Qué grupo estás? ¿Qué medio es usted? This is the Spanish. And when you want to, the former part, you want to respect others, you use usted. In the midst of where, group is also a little different about midst, but they can go the same. Which midst do we locate you? How do we describe you? If somebody entered this town and mentioned your name looking for you, where? Those days when we were running business center and people were pouring into this land, people would tell their brethren or their brothers, if you reach train station, tell them to take you to Ernest Locutorio. I must catch you there. You see a picture? Because they're just like you tell somebody, tell them to take you to social person Africa shop. Once you can locate this Africa shop, I will catch you there. That means where are you being located? From the place we read, Jesus was just 12 years old. He went with his parents to Jerusalem. After the time, the purpose was fulfilled why they went. Jesus tarried with a group of people. The parents went for some days, looked in the midst of other children in the vehicle, and Jesus wasn't there. And so they went back to locate Jesus, and they found him in the midst of daughters, the Elites, and he was just 12 years. This morning, there are things of note we want to look into that pertain to our life and destiny. I want to know this morning, your fellow, I love Spanish or well of interpretation. One of our ministers here came with somebody one day, and I was trying to talk to the person after closing. I said, your friend. He said, no, not my friend, mi compañero de trabajo. You see that? In Spanish, they will differentiate it for you. On our common language, we will say, is my friend. In Spanish, no. They will tell you, is my companion, is my working mate. It's not my friend. Because they believe that when somebody is your friend, you will have some knowledge about the person. So they can't say it's my friend. That you are working with me, or that you're in the same church even with me, that you are my business partner doesn't make you my friend. No. That you are in the same apartment with me. I've said this several times. That we share the same bed because you have nowhere to put your head, and I just help you for a season, or you just help me for a season, doesn't still make you my friend. I've said this several times that you can have a church mate, housemate, roommate, and still not confined in that person to tell you about your life, but you can have your best friend living in America, you fill your phone and chat with the person and say, this is what is going on in my life. So you can see it's a different picture. Proximity or closeness does not mean we are one when it comes to the midst. So the point of note this morning, important note, number one, is the company you keep determines who you really are or who you really is. The people that surround you is what determines who you are. You hear a common English language that says, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So that is a perfect truth. Because it's called your friend. It's not a neighbor. And mind you, two can't work together. I said they be agree. So if I can call you friend, which means we have a long-term relationship. And for us to continue to be friends, we are not just counterparts. No, we're more than that. So for us to continue to be called friends, which means there are some trust, high level of trust, that we've been able to give it, not this fake generation. This fake generation that a friend is looking for how you will make a mistake to scandalize you. That's not a friend. The friendship we met when we were growing up. Bible says, friend loveth at all times. A brother is born for adversity. Not this fake generation that don't know what is friendship. No. The company you keep, the group where you are found, the midst where you belong, can explain you without seeing you. That's why a wise man will count his friends. You won't go everywhere. If I always see you with this brother, I always see you with this brother, and both of you are always talking, and you are telling me, yeah, you will always meet us together. If I see some traits in this one, and I see I can't cope, and I see you coping, then there are some of that traits in you. Jesus was just 12 years, but he was so comfortable in the midst of the Elites because his rating was not of his age. Yeah. They went to look for him, met him not in the group of hooligans. Mm-mm. They didn't meet him outside chatting. Mm-mm. They met him in the midst of daughters. Anything Bible writes is for a purpose. They met him in the midst of lawyers, daughters, the Elites, the people who are up there. Because that is who he is. Whether 12 years, whether 15 years, whether 60 years, you can be a 60 years old man and still follow that to drink till 12 a.m. in the night. Yeah. You can be a 50 years old man and still don't know where to be and where not to be. And still stay where children will drink and begin to insult you. If you are not in the midst or around drunkard, his drunkenness will not cause him to insult you. It is when you are found around the drunk man that he can get drunk and slap you and tell you, who do you think you are? All of us came to Europe. If you are not in their midst, they can't insult you. Yeah. Which midst are you? Your company have a lot to do in you. Who are you keeping as a friend? Where do they locate you? They located Jesus in the midst of lawyers and doctors. Doing what? Learning and asking questions. He wasn't chatting. I told us several times that in life, there are different people you meet on your journey. There are the ones you meet now because they are needed for now. They are the ones you meet, they continue with you. They are the ones you meet, one day you don't need them anymore because there is a change in the mindset. And we need to abide. Friends for season, friends for reason, friends for life. If you enter town newly, the first person you meet could be for a reason, to direct you. The person that introduced you to where to stay, or give you a house to stay, or to give you a walk to walk for a season. You can't pass. But there is the one that is cordial, close. Even if you change nation, you still talk for life. Those three sets of people, you must come across in life. Most of you, when you enter this town, someone directed you. Today, where is the person? He has fulfilled his purpose in your life. Gone. And someone give you the first room to rent and help you to get a job. He has fulfilled his purpose. Season have passed. A friend for a reason, for a season. And there is the one that you knew in Nigeria 20 years ago, still your friend for life. How do we rate you? How do we describe you? When somebody come to this city and they mention your name, Balibo Shata. You know, when you come to a city, you mention somebody's name in the midst of 5 people, even if it is a disco or Africa shop or whatever, you mention people's name, we can describe. Like somebody will say, I've been in this land for, I've lost count, maybe 16, 17 years. I don't stay here. So a little child can describe me more, better than I know. So 2 people can stage argument and be describing. I know her when she came. I know her when she was this. I know her when she started business. I know her. So they can tell you more about me. Why? The Shunammite woman said, I dwell in the midst of my people. There are some of us that don't understand the consequences of staging your life in a wrong group. Many things can lose out of you. You can lose your dignity. You can lose your respect. You can lose anything. Just being found in the wrong people, in the midst of wrong people. Found you there. That's the end. Rates you like that. And God have mercy. Somebody provoke you with a stupid utterance and you reply by the means of, they call it flexible, reflex reply. And someone that valued you big, say, now Yaya people group save. Sweetheart, for truth, there is a Yaya people group. There is a vagabond group. Which I and you must not belong. If you are found there every day, group of Igbo smokers every day, group of drunkards every day, you must be found there. You have no dignity to preach because it's your life that preach better than what you say. You can't be found there every day. And you are saying, people should respect me, I'm not your mate. No. You are with them. And they say if you cannot beat them, they join them. Jesus was found among doctors and lawyers at 12 years. So number one, the company you keep determines who you really are. That's it. If you don't know, that's how people see us. That's how we see you. Then number two, the company you keep determines where you are going. I love this very aspect. Jesus, from the place we read in that Luke chapter 2, in that verse 46, he stood, Malibu Shata. What amazed me there was that even when his parents had gone, the guy was so encouraged, was so filled in the midst of this right. I was just wondering. They captured him that he wasn't distracted. He was so focused to forget that the time of their stay had expired. Why wouldn't he be great? He was so engrossed, and every English there soaked in their midst that he forgot that we came, we need to go. A 12 years old. He was soaked with knowledge from the elites. Doctors were loading his mind because he knew he has a mission to speak to men in future. He knew that there were generations ahead of him, that he needs to take something about life. And so he took his time to study. I remember some years ago, I used to have a very beloved brother where we grew up together in where we serve in this land. So there was a time that after I caught my vision about my life, that when people are talking, I'm with a book. So I'm always with a book. And so when people close and they are chatting and quarreling and talking, I have a book always. I would just take my time, sit in one corner. I have a page to conclude. He wasn't finding it happy because we usually discuss. He was a brother who would talk and talk. So at the time, he wasn't finding it happy. If he wants to come and let's talk, I'm just opening a book. I want to cover a page. He said, one day said, what is wrong with you? He said, we finished, the church have closed. The time to chat, you still carry a book you are reading. I laugh. I said, there's something I'm looking for. All this yahoo stuff, my mind is no more in it. There's something I want to catch for my life. And one day I got the same beloved brother. He met me, said, he went to secret place to read. I told him there's a secret place I do go. Nobody will be there. I will read, I will pray hours before I come. And he said, okay. He went there. So when he came back, I said, you are back so soon. He said, wait now, don't tire. I don't write many messages. Book don't fool. Which day I want to preacher. I said, what did you say? He said, I don't write plenty pages. Which day I want preacher. I said, do you mean you go there to read Bible to write preaching? He said, what else? Why are you going? I said, no. I separate myself to eat the word. And I worship and I pray. And I found that anointing myself. Inside the church where we used to serve, lock the door, nobody's aware. He said, what do you mean? What about when you study? I said, don't study to preach. I am eating it for my life to grow. Not looking for a word to write. I have to be filled before I give to people. It's unbelievable. How can you just study and study and you are not writing messages? You see your life? You don't want to grow first. You want to give out. In life, Bible says, a man through desire, having separated himself, seeketh and intermingleth with all wisdom. In Proverbs 18:1, this was the life of Jesus. 33 years. Jesus did his ministry for 3 years plus. For 30 years, he was sitting and growing in wisdom. So when he came out where? The best thing that can happen to a wise person is to eat knowledge and come out where? If you come out where, few years, the whole world will look for you. Now, they find where they go now. People, they find me. They cancel dates. Give me May next year. I don't get time. Give me this one next year. Calendar full. How many years in ministry? Few days. But I have eaten and I'm eating. Why? Where you are going matters a lot. Jesus stayed with them. I told my husband this one. I said, the reason why I'm trying, think yesterday, to get myself in order, because I have 6 flights to catch within 2 weeks. So my BP have to be, my system have to be normal. Not looking for where to beg to go, but calling it off that I can't go. At times, we leave the normal thing and we are fighting for shadows. Jesus sat and be filled with lawyers, teachers, doctors. He was filled that he forgot that he ever came with his parents and they left him. Brethren, is the most wicked thing you can do to your life is to stay in the midst of vain people who have no future in focus, who have no vision running with it. And this is why the generation, many have nothing to show. I can stay in my house without talking to anybody. Friendship is not a priority. Now, get time for your future. Many people today became empty and having big dreams. Big dreams. Big visions. But they can't seek for people who can offer what they need. Vain people will make you empty. And you know, to us, 24 hours is too fast. 24 hours. They break, they go. Because you have a lot for your future. Stay among people who are going, you know, there's a wisdom thing we have here that say, the company you keep determines what accompany you. Stay among people who have something that can pull you from one level to another. Stay among people who have that word in their mouth to kickstart your destiny, who can push you when you are down. Not among vain people who drop you when you are trying to go forward. Because you must see this category of people on earth. The ones who know how to settle you down on a very low ground. And the ones who are already desperate to go. And they pull you along. Something entered my mind. Somebody, you may not like it, but that's the truth. And this one will help you. A word came to me and I write it down this morning. He said to me, how can a man, whether man or woman, male or female, who have a vision of a multi-business, multi-functional, I don't want to use a multi-millionaire, a multi-functional, a great business or a great idea in mind, are set to work a job, figure, permanent job, he shall sign a contract. Get this one. I want you to clear it to help you. Because we are praying that most of us working, we pray, Father, we need a contract for full-time, permanent figure. And the picture come to me. How can a man, male or female, with a big vision of multifunctional big one in view, sign a permanent contract to work Monday to Sunday of 1,400 euro, when there is a contract to work Monday to Friday of 1,200? I'll differentiate it. I've seen people who have vision, big talk of big stories of the level God is showing them. Okay, if you have a big vision of you are to do on so great work for mankind, in blessing of mankind, and you are given a job, 1,004, Monday to Sunday, and another work give you Monday to Friday, 1,002. Which one are you supposed to pick? Let's be real. 1,4. Let's speak out. Which one? 1,002, no? I love that. Why? Because you need time to focus on that, your business. But if you go and tell another person who doesn't understand your future and your picture, you see, you the craze. You want to pick 1,002, 200 can do a lot for you. Not knowing that 2 days is enough to map out your life for future. Because you are not rounding up your destiny on the platter of that job. You know, if you have a future and a vision, you are not celebrating FICO, permanent, to be working Monday to Saturday. Now, for what? Because Jesus knew the future, so he was settled with those daughters, learning from them without thinking of living now. Malibo Shata. Because Jesus knew that the information was around these people to become who he's meant to be. So he stayed with them. Kalebo Shata. There are people we meet, we stay. There are people we meet, we walk away, despite the millions. I wrote something on my page some weeks ago, and I saw one correct brother from this our east who is doing all this work, good work, orphanage work. He went and shared it and tagged it. A man from the east with titles and everything. I wrote on my page that my tomorrow is too large for the smallness of my today to consume. And I saw a man who has a great vision, don't know him, went and shared it and said by Pastor Gloria and tagged people on it. People were responding. My tomorrow is too large for the smallness of my today to consume. So that's why I can walk away from money, I can walk away from anything now if it consume my tomorrow. I can walk away from anything now. If it distracts my tomorrow, I walk away. But I can stay put in something for years without any money coming if it has something good for my tomorrow. You can see that we must weigh and balance it. What is the consequences of this miss I am now with my today and my tomorrow? Because today will soon end. It's a short term. Tomorrow is a permanent future. Every food you eat now must leave you today. But their tomorrow is greater. And I said, my tomorrow is too large that little teeth of little coins can't swallow today. So Jesus was so comfortable with and forgot that he was going to somewhere the parents thought that was in the midst of other children. And when they came back and met him, why did you do us like this? How did he answer them? I'm about doing my father's business. I got business for future. Kalibon Shata. And the wisdom I met on ground, it will be needed for my future. So I couldn't leave it now. 12 years old. I may not see it again. I walk into this one, daddy and mommy, with all respect. I met men talking great words. Someone walk into this church one day, said, see big word when she they talk, it provoke. Say, I don't fit join her for this church. Her words too big. That's because your mind is too low. If your mouth can't say it, your hands can't handle it. So in provocation was that big word when she they measure too big. And events come out many years ago. Most of the big word when they measure, they don't come to pass since. So don't allow somebody who big word they provoke settle you down for lesser words. That's the truth. There are people who your big dreams, big words, big posture, big mindset they provoke. Because the person's mindset is too small. And so you can't bring my mindset and plug it to make it very little just for me to fit into your mindset. So if you can't allow me to transform and pull you from that little stuff, you can't bring mine down. So I better walk away from your midst. If you can't be there, you join, then I won't join that. They are the ones we can't join. So I just go there, see big word when Pastor Gloria they talk it too big. Then you walk away. Because it is that big word that will take me to that big level. What your mouth can't say, your hand can't do. Can't do. How you go take hand do? Something that is bigger for your mouth is too big for your hand. Jesus saw something. Believers, make sure that you keep company that is taking you to your future. Anywhere you are, that you are not seeing light of tomorrow shining. There are people who come to Europe just to work and eat. They work, they eat. I bet also we see them work and eat and marry. Ashi. Not be so we see them. It may be like that today. but there should be a picture of future.